I just know vampire pussy is fire. Mary would have got that wooden stake. You understand what I'm saying? When she spit in Stack's mouth, I knew he was about to get the best ride of his life. You thought Jezebel pussy was good? Nah. Try some vampire straight from the spawn of Satan. That had to be the best pussy Stack ever got in his life, bro. Right before his demise. I'm not gonna lie, they might have to make a spin-off film just about them two. Maybe like a romantic comedy about how they lived in every era from the 30s to the 90s, maybe even beyond that. How would they react to modern day times? That would be a good movie. She said you could rob trains and banks, but you can't steal this pussy? Bro, I laughed aloud when Sammy asked it. You sure she white? You sure? Because honestly, I was second guessing myself. I'm watching the movie like, this can't be the same girl from Bumblebee. This can't be. I'm also not surprised that she was the catalyst for the chaos. If she didn't go out to talk to those vampires, they might have left. But she had to go talk to them. I feel like that was a nod to the story of Emmett Till's killing, as well as the countless other stories about white women being the demise of black men, black community, and black culture. All the Karens, I feel like it's a nod to all of that. When Annie whispered in Smoke's ear, "Your body didn't forget me," I almost got bricked up in the theater, yo. That had to be one of the best sex scenes I've ever seen in my life. And they didn't even show the sex. That's how you know it's a good film. Pauline was like, wait, I need to freshen up. I walked here. Preacher Boy said, chill, you don't gotta do nothing. I just wanna taste you. Yo, that's some writing. The carnal attraction between those two kinda makes you forget that she's cheating on her husband. And that's another thing I love about the movie. I feel like though the theme was sinners, because Mary was cheating on her husband, Pauline was cheating on her husband, Delta Slim was an alcoholic, Smoke and Stack robbed people. Everybody in the film was a sinner. However, nobody was a bad guy. You know how in some films you'll see somebody cheat on somebody and all of a sudden they're the villain of the movie. And now we're rooting for the other person. We're not rooting for Mary's husband. We're not rooting for Pauline's husband. We're rooting for the characters that are on screen. And it just reminds me of the scripture, let he who's without sin cast the first stone. Because everybody, including the people watching the film, are sinners. Everybody's a sinner. Everybody that sees the title Sinners is a sinner. So I just love that the movie encapsulated that. We all sin, but none of us are bad people. When Delta Slim was talking about how his friend got lynched and they cut off his manhood, and then he broke out into song. That scene was so pivotal to me because it painted the picture that many of the timeless songs that stand the test of time sprout from soils that are curated in pain. Even to this day, especially rhythm and blues, a lot of those records come from hurt, pain, heartbreak, sorrow, grief, loss. You could hear the pain in every melody, the trauma in every note that he sung. And then Preacher Boy starts playing the guitar and it's like, it's just a groove that you can only get from deep pain within your spirit. Sammy, Preacher Boy, Miles, his performance was mind-blowing, absolutely incredible, yo. I feel like he's gonna go far in both music and movies. Top tier performance. For those that didn't notice, he's the first person we see. He set the tone of this film. He's the first character we see on the screen. And the way that he carried the energy of the film, phenomenal. The way he grasped that guitar as he walked into the church, way before any of us knew the significance of it. Absolutely beautiful. His deep, rich voice. When he talked, you couldn't help but look. You can't help but be held at attention. When he sings, you can't help but be held hostage by the beautiful, sultry, sensual, and deep vibrato. Is that the right word? Vibrato? You guys correct me in the comments. Ryan Coogler broke his pen. The way that he fits so much information into a 24-hour period within a 2-hour movie without it feeling rushed or convoluted or like he's doing too much. was extremely impressive. I don't feel like he left anything unanswered or unfinished. He truly built the foundation for us so that we could feel for these characters, so that we could care for these characters, rather than him just throwing characters on the screen with a brief description of their history. We truly got to feel where these people were coming from and why they were coming from there. We learned about their love interests, their friends, their families, people that they've lost, children that they've lost. We learned about their history, the past. And he didn't have to do any weird flashbacks or talk about it in the dialogue. The twins' reputation preceded them. You could tell that they were feared and respected by the way people looked at them, by the way people interacted with them. That is good writing. The fact that Smoke can't roll his own cigarettes without Stack. Y'all brothers? No, we cousins. Like, it's just incredible writing.